So, welcome traders. Today we are going to be talking about spoofing and its effects on the market. So, what is spoofing? Spoofing is market manipulation that is influencing the price. Spoofing can be identified by looking at the volume profile and the tape. Most of the times when people are talking about spoofing, they mean big orders that are being pulled as the market is trading into the different kind of prices. So in this case 52s and 51s. So now we are going to be going through a small example. You can see on the right hand side on this picture, if you are looking at the volume profile, you can see that on 52s 1,369 contracts were being traded, and you can see also that there is a big order that is sitting right here. Okay, you can also see on the 51s that there also is a big order that is sitting right here, which can also or is probably a spoof. Okay, and now looking at the left hand side, you can see as the market is offered into 52s, you can see that 1,654 contracts were being traded into it at this price on this session. Okay, and this essentially tells you that this 1,070 contracts, that 700 of this 1,070 contracts were being pulled. Okay, you can see it right here, 1,369 and then 1,654. So essentially there is a spoofer in the market that is probably trying to position himself on those prices. So yeah, so now we are going to be going through a quick market analysis and then a small video where you can see the spoofing. So this is the 5-minute chart, and today we are going to be looking at the 2950s. So this is our key zone. You can also see that this support line is being respected. You can see it right here. So yeah, now let's get into the video. Let me quickly just pull that up. So yeah, you can see right here we are currently trading at 53s. So, and you can also see that I used right here. I used those two pictures from this video, so now you can see it a little bit better how the market is interacting with those two spoofers that are sitting right here. So let's start. So currently trading 36 contracts into 53s. Nothing happened. And now you can see right here, as the market goes offered, it quickly just pulls. Okay, I mean, I can rewind that again, but okay, right here. So 1,065 contracts are sitting right here, and notice how quickly their disordered pulls. Come on. So okay, going to happen anytime soon. So notice how quickly this order pulls, okay? And from 1000 at 51 it goes down to 356. So now looking at this level, we now are wanting to see how the prices are interacting right here, or how the bids and offers are interacting right here. You can also see that this 1044 contracts is probably another spoof, and now we want to see how the market is interacting at 50s and 49s. So currently a little trill at 51s. Guys, please don't be confused. This right here is my real mouse. This smaller mouse right here is from the recording, so please don't be confused. So notice how as the market goes offered at 50s, the spoofer is just quickly, or how the spoofer is trying to spoof the market up, okay? So now you want to position yourself. I mean, I positioned myself early, but what you should do is wait till you see that the spoofer is or just stopped spoofing. So now you have a safer position. So essentially now your stop would be at 51s, just because 50 is our key area and we saw the spoof right here. So now we see that 1018 contracts are sitting right here, probably another spoof. Now you want to be very vigilant and look how the price is interacting right here. If this 985 contracts are being pulled, you want to be exiting right away. Why? Because you don't want to take a lot of risk. There is another spoofer right here. So as you are aggressive in, you are aggressive out. Later in this video we are going to be looking at the footprint chart. So for the chart traders out there, you are going to have something to learn in this video too. So yeah. Okay, basically now just trading between 48s and 49s. Nothing crazy right there. What you want to also see is, okay, there is a small battle going on right here. But what you pretty much always want to see when you are trading a breakout. So in this case, we had this consolidation right here, then this pop up. This is our 50 area. So 50s. And as it came down, came back up, and now trying, or at least it broke those 50s. What you essentially want to see is aggression, okay? If you are trading a breakout, or in general, are a breakout trader, you want to see aggression, okay? If you're seeing only passive orders that are being built, or at least traded, you want to be quickly exiting your position, just because you don't want to take the risk, okay? Now we are seeing some absorption going on at 48, 1603 contracts, okay? And this is a lot, okay? Because if you are looking at the average order, you are seeing only 1000 contracts, okay? This is our average. So average here. Okay. This is our average order on the ask. On the bid side, our average order is about 900. So yeah. So there is a small absorption going on at 47s also. You can see it right here by looking at the last traded quantity. 794 contracts traded into it. Small reloading going on. Those 1020 contracts are sitting right here, staying strong. So, okay, I can speed it up. But yeah. Just looking at this, the sellers are not that aggressive right now, so just got offered 400 and now 500 contracts traded into it. Small reloading going on, which is not that bad. It's pretty good, but the reload is not that strong. Okay, you can see it by looking at how many contracts are. Yeah, now you just want to exit the position just because, or at least take a small amount of profit just because sellers are not looking quite strong right here. Small reloading going on, or better to say a small battle. Now 700 contracts traded into 47s. Now if the market is going bid right here, or the offer is starting to weaken, you just want to be out, okay? Because there is a lot of volume being conducted. You can see it on the volume profile. And yeah. Just quickly going to be fast forwarding this a bit because I don't want to make a long video. Small spoof at 45 at 45s, yeah. So, and it seems as the market is respecting this small zone right here. Still, the offer is not that strong, or at least it seems like it. Now 500 contracts sitting right here, and just 181 contracts traded into it. Now if this goes bid or if this starts to weaken, you just want to be out. Okay, small spoof going down right here. Okay, trading into 48s. Now, okay, the ask, or better to say the offer, is a bit of reloading, 47s and 48s. So what you can also do is putting your stop at 49s. This is also a great trade, even if it's going to be a loss, because there is an absorption going on right here, and if this goes bid at 48s or at 49s, you just want to be out. But I'm not that kind of trader that is putting a lot of risk on the market, so if this goes bid or is starting to weaken, you just want to be out. Okay, now 200 contracts were being or were sitting right here, so no reason for me to hold this trade longer. So we have another trade that was being recorded right here. So yeah. So as the market is or has broken this little zone right here, you want to look at the bid and see if there is another spoofer that is sitting right here. So 900 contracts were sitting at 44s. Now you want to look how this market reacts on this. Okay, just quickly traded into it. Those 900 were pulled. So yeah, now your stop is going to be above 45s. You saw this 1000 contracts that were sitting right here. So if this goes bid, you just want to be out. Also, we saw some aggression as we broke this little zone right here. So you could put your stop at 49s. You have a bigger stop, okay? But essentially, my stop would be at 46s. Now we want to see some aggression, okay? Because we entered right here, and now even as the market goes offered at 43s, now you could potentially put your stop at 44s, because if this goes bid, you don't really want to be sitting within short just because you now want to see some aggression, okay? Because we broke this little absorption zone, or better to say, the buyers are or have realized that they can't push through this zone, and yeah, now the sellers now you want to see that the sellers are really aggressively trading or hitting the bid, okay? Because we broke this zone and now we want to see some aggression, okay? This is a normal breakout trade. Now pushing down even further, some spoofing going on right here. 1000 contracts just sitting right here. 40s, 39, and look how much contracts are really traded into it, okay? Our average is about 800, okay? 800 is our average. Average here is about 800 on the bid. So 800 contracts is our average, okay? And if you look at the volume profile, you're only seeing some small numbers like 328, 577. You can see a bit of a bulk right here at that is 1236. But essentially what we are seeing is some weakening on the bid. Okay, so on the buy side there isn't really a lot of strength, and because of this small bulk, essentially you could try to put your stop at 42s, because this could indicate a small absorption at 41s, this small bulk right here. And if this breaks, and if the buyers break the zone, you want to be out basically. And now the buyers are a bit more aggressive on those 39s and 40s. So essentially now, if this goes bid, you want to be out. on. Come on, come on. Okay, quickly go on bid. Yeah, you just want to be out. So yeah, that was basically the whole trade. And now we are going to be quickly looking at the footprint chart. So let me pull that up real quick. Right here. So yeah, this is the footprint chart. What you are seeing right here, the first column right here, is the delta, or let me just draw it like this. So this is the delta. Then the second column is the delta change. And this is the total volume, okay? So yeah, so if you haven't looked at the footprint chart, I will be putting some videos out how to read the footprint chart correctly, but for now on we are just going to be analyzing this like we have already have the knowledge to read the footprint chart. So this black line right here is our 50s, so our key zone that we have drawn out earlier this video. And as we broke this 50s, so our first trade was approximately at 48, I think. And as we pretty much broke this 50 zone, you are seeing some absorption that is going on right here. We have a negative 637 delta that is, or that is or that was traded into this candle, if you are saying this like this. And yeah, so we had some aggressive delta, but as we are or were being absorbed at those 48, we couldn't break through, okay? And on the next candle, you are seeing 137 delta, okay? And this isn't really much for the volume that was being conducted right here, okay? So still some absorption. And what this pretty much means, this small amount of delta and this huge absorption, this pretty much means that the sellers are absorbing. So sell absorbing. So the sellers are in control of this market, okay? So, and that's why it's pretty important to look at the footprint chart. Then on the next candle right here, we still saw some absorption at 48s and 47s, and still some small amount of delta, 171 delta, okay? So still a small amount of delta, and a small trade setup that you could trade is a break of this zone, so a break of 47s. And now you may be asking, why 47s? And I tell you why. Because we saw this absorption right here on this candle, this absorption, this absorption, this absorption, okay? So we saw some absorption, plus we saw this big negative delta and those small positive deltas. So basically not very strong buyers. And yeah, as we broke this 47s, immediately at 46s we saw aggressive selling. 2,900 and 2,094 contracts, 2,331 contracts. Then yeah, right here we saw a little bit less selling, so you could even be exit, or you could exit this position right here. But yeah, I mean, even those 2 ticks are a pretty large number if you're using more than 5 lots, okay? So yeah, that was pretty much the whole video. So footprint chart, a very important tool if you're scalping, and the DOM is also very important. But yeah, so if you are wanting to see more footprint chart videos, please comment that. And yeah, thank you for watching.